Okay, first of all, I know I'm late. Second of all, this is a book I've read. It's called Possession. You can't see it because the glare on the window. It's called Possession. It is a romance. Don't worry about why I'm late. It is November 3rd, and I'm actively editing slash recording this video. So we are kind of failing our yearly book, whatever, but it's okay because this book was not the vibe. This book, quick synopsis, because I'm going to tell you why I didn't like this book. It is about a fictional poet named Randolph Henry Ash. Fictional. Very fictional. Okay, I had to look this up. He's very fictional. This entire book's about these two scholars trying to figure out his letters and his book work and whether he was in love with a whole other woman named Kristen Bell Lamont while being married to a whole other woman named Ellen Ash. And that's the whole book. That's why it's 500 pages. It's about two scholars figuring out some guy love life, and he's dead in the book. And the year is like 1800 or 1860, I don't know, 1800s. I looked this up. Not one person in this book is real. And there is a movie, 64% Rotten Tomato, but same by the same people. I think Gwyneth Paltrow and I forgot the other guy. I'll put the picture and name here, but they did the movie in like the early 2000s. Did I like this book? No. Why did I not like this book? Okay. So this book takes you through the life of two scholars. One is Ronald Mitchell, and the other one is Maud Bailey. Maud Bailey is a feminist, so she looks at the lens of Kristen Bell Lamont because everyone thinks that she's either bisexual or she's a free thinker because of the way she doesn't be held out by a man in their society. Ronald Mitchell, he is a poor scholar living with his, at the time, girlfriend, and he's looking at the view of Ash because they gotta cling on to something these days. And that's the entire book. And then they meet up and they realize, hey, these two people that we're looking into for our entire life as a scholar, they may have known each other and also hooked up several times. And also, Kristen Bell may have had a child, and that child may have been Ash. And apparently, Maud Bailey is like a descendant of that. It is not that great of a read. I'm not selling it very well. I know that because it's not very good for me to read it. That's 500 something pages of this book that I wasted a month on, but it's not really wasted because none of these books don't work. How did I not pick it up and know that the synopsis was bad? Guess what? There is no synopsis. There's literally no synopsis. It's just a bunch of people telling you exactly how good this book is. So Los Angeles Times book review, the Times, USA Today couldn't tell you what this book was about. What I will tell you is what I wanted this book to be about, and that'll be the video because I can't even explain this book very well. I would have liked the book to be one, either based on someone real, so that when I look it up, I can actually go on Wikipedia and learn more about their lives instead of figuring out through a fictional storyline what their lives was. Because, in my opinion, it wasn't told in like the best way because they gave you a lot of jargon of like these scholars and what they believed in and why they wrote it in a certain way. And with Ash specifically, it was more of like he was very, I don't know what a popular artist would be in terms of poetry. He's not like the Stephen King of their world because he has a lot of stuff, but he is very popular. If you think of the Grimm brothers with their Grimm stories, with their fairy tale stories, they're very popular because they take stories from other parts of Germany and surrounding areas and they make it into a really big book. That's great. That's what I would like to know more about, right? As fictional, as real as they are, their stories are very fictional or based in like their legends and myths. That's a great book. Disney took it. I can't even take that anymore. But with Ash, a lot of his stories are just like this could be a love story to someone. This can be like a scholarly something of like a philosophical thought he had. And they would just continually think this way and then show off his work. Like there would be literal chapters. There would be literal chapters of him having poetry, only for me to realize none of these poetry was real. I can't even find it right now. I'm like tripping. But in this book, there are like, oh yeah, I found it. There's literal like you can't even tell the difference here. Well, there is poetry and there is like pages and chapters of like what Ash wrote. And I will read it and be like confused because one, I'm not like a very good poet or I'm not really into poetry. So already you know the book wasn't for me. But for me, I just didn't really enjoy it that much because reading a poem and then realizing it's the entire chapter, and the chapter's like 5 pages of just back and forth poetry. I was not amused. I was skipping the chapters of poetry because I was like, you're 500 something pages. I'm not reading a whole chapter on poetry. And then the one that had the letters, I would read those, and there'd be like 5 letters back and forth between him and his wife, or him and his lover, who his wife didn't know about until like near she was about to die. And she did know about him having a kid because she got letters from the mistress saying, "Hey, I have a kid." Da, da, da. And she was like, I already knew you cheated my man, so I'm not gonna tell him the kid's alive, but you do you, fam, and I'm gonna let my husband die in relative peace. You're thinking that it's a drama book. It's not. All the stuff I told you about happened in like the last 3 chapters. So if you like poetry, possession, it is about love. It is about the connection of like someone who's married to someone else, realizing that someone else who might not be in their league might be for them. Think of Pride and Prejudice. I did watch that movie recently, but I would not claim this book is for me. I did finish it, so it doesn't matter. But I know this is a great video. This book I'll give it like a 4 out of 10. I know I really suck at rating these days, but it's a 4 out of 10. I don't enjoy it at all. I really thought this book was going to be about 2 people in love and them just trying to be like Romeo and Juliet the entire time and just like try to get in there. But instead, it was just about two scholars looking into someone dead and their love. The 2 scholars do hook up at the very end, but it was so anticlimactic that you're just like, did they actually even stay together? Like it was just so anticlimactic. You feel so bad for even thinking that they could have hooked up. But yeah, it's a popular book, New York Times bestseller. Oh, actually, it's a national bestseller because I think the author is British. So yeah. Not every book deserves to be a bestseller, but I'm also not the audience, so what can I know? And I read it, so yeah. But Book for Cause, all of the stickers. I got this book for free, obviously. I'm gonna keep promoting them because they're a great place to be. But yeah, that's the entire video. I know it sucked. I know they do a very good job at it. I do pick up the book. I hope you enjoy it. I can't really persuade you to do it. I can only persuade you not to do it. But yeah, I have a new book coming up, and I hopefully will start reading today. But my next video should be better. Like I don't know, book videos always a hit and miss for me, just because the book do not hit, and then that makes the video not hit because I'm not a very good seller. So we're getting back to our regular schedule later. So remember to like, share, subscribe if you made this part of the video. Thank you so much. All right, bye.